If you have potatoes and canned tuna, you have to try this. A delicious meal I make for my family very often. You'll have a ready meal in 20 minutes, and everyone will want seconds. Peel 5 potatoes and cut them into thick slices. Put them in a pot and cover with cold water. Boil for about 15 minutes. Check with a fork. Once they are soft, they're ready. While the potatoes are cooking, prepare the filling with tuna, onion, carrot, and chives. Open the can and place the tuna in a bowl, mashing it into smaller pieces with a fork. Peel and dice 1 onion. Heat some oil in a pan and add the diced onion. Sauté until golden. While the onion is cooking, peel and grate 1 carrot. Add the grated carrot to the sautéed onion. Let them simmer together until soft. Set aside to cool, then transfer to a bowl. Chop 1 bunch of chives and add it to the bowl with the carrot and onion. Now, add the mashed tuna. Season with salt and pepper to taste and mix everything thoroughly. Let it sit for a few minutes to allow the flavors to combine. Now, drain the cooked potatoes and grate them. Transfer the grated potatoes to a bowl and add 1 egg, a pinch of salt, and 100 grams of grated cheese. Mix well. Then add 4 tablespoons of flour. If the dough is too sticky, add more flour. Mix thoroughly. From the prepared dough and filling, shape juicy stuffed patties. A helpful tip is to grease your hands before shaping each patty. Flatten a portion of the dough into a circle, add a spoonful of filling, and form it into a patty. Repeat until you have around 10 patties. Fry the formed patties in oil until golden brown. This recipe is quick, delicious, and the patties are juicy with a pleasant tuna flavor. You'll be making this tasty meal often. This dish was always made by my grandmother when I visited her. I always asked for seconds. Boil water in a pot and add 400 grams of pasta, preferably penne. Cook for about 10 minutes. In the meantime, prepare the egg mixture. Crack 5 eggs into a bowl and add 50 grams of sour cream. Mix the eggs and sour cream thoroughly. Chop your favorite herbs such as parsley and chives. Then, dice a large tomato and add it to the bowl. Mix everything well and season with salt, pepper, and garlic. Drain the cooked pasta and transfer it to a pan, lightly sprayed with oil. Pour the egg and vegetable mixture over the pasta. Cook on low heat for about 7 minutes. Meanwhile, transfer canned peas to a bowl and mash them well. Then flip the pasta omelette onto the other side using a plate. On the already browned side, spread the mashed peas and sprinkle grated cheese on top. Cook for a few more minutes, then transfer the omelette to a large plate and cut it like a pizza. Serve with mayonnaise sauce. I guarantee you it's delicious. Put pasta in the blender. You haven't had something like this before. The first step is to soak the spaghetti noodles. At first, however, break it in half so that it is easier to put it in the blender and in the pot. Pour some cold water over the pasta and keep it like this for an hour to soften. After this time, place the pasta in the blender. Add 1 egg, 3 tablespoons of sugar, and half a cup of milk. Blend everything until smooth. The mixture should be runny enough to pour into the pan, but not too liquid either. Before frying, spray the pan with a little oil and spread them evenly. Pour the batter into the pan in single batches and fry for about 3 minutes on each side over medium heat until golden. The pancakes are now ready, and their texture makes them melt in your mouth. You can serve the pancakes with maple syrup or dusted them with powdered sugar. These macaroni pancakes are very delicious and unique. Delicious cherry pickled tomatoes. Be sure to try this super simple recipe. Cherry tomatoes will perform best, although other varieties can also be used. However, I do not recommend large tomatoes for this recipe. Wash and dry the tomatoes. Their quantity depends on how many you intend to make. In my case, it is 1 kilo. Take a toothpick. and carefully prick each tomato a couple of times. Then prepare the garlic. Peel about 5 cloves and crush them with your hand to extract more juice. Transfer them to another board. Prepare the horseradish root. Peel it and cut it into smaller pieces. To make the tomatoes, you need dill. Use only dill flowers as they give the perfect flavor to the tomatoes. Prepare a large jar, washed and dried beforehand. Put horseradish in the bottom of the jar, then garlic and some of the dill. Then put the tomatoes in the jar, arranging them in layers, alternating with the dill. Once you've filled the entire jar, it's time to prepare the marinade. Use 1 tablespoon of salt per liter of water. Pour the salt into a jug, then pour in 1 liter of water. Preferably, it should be sparkling water. Stir it properly so that the salt dissolves. Pour the resulting marinade over the tomatoes in the jar. If the brine is not enough, you can quickly and easily make it up. Cover such a jar with tomatoes and set it aside for 24 hours. After this time, the tomatoes are ready to eat. They will work perfectly as a snack for many dishes. Their taste is distinctive, but very tasty. The preparation takes a very short time. Put the cocktail glass on the tomato slices. This is how you will prepare something very special. You've never tasted a tomato recipe like this before. They are perfect for breakfast or a snack. Preparing them is really easy, and they taste delicious. At the very beginning, choose vine-ripened tomatoes and cut them into slices. Arrange them on a kitchen board. Get a glass. Cut the center out of the tomato slices. Do the same with each subsequent prepared slice. Set the rings from the tomatoes aside. Chop the cut flesh from the tomatoes into small pieces. Transfer the pieces to a bowl. Then cut the chives with scissors. Add a cup of whole wheat flour to the mixture. Then whisk in 2 eggs. Season with a pinch of salt, pepper, garlic, or other favorite spices to your taste. Mix everything thoroughly. Heat a frying pan over medium heat and add some olive oil. Arrange the rings of tomatoes on the pan. Fill them with the prepared mixture. About 1 tablespoon of the chopped tomato mixture is enough for each disc. Cover the pan with a lid and fry for a few minutes over a fairly low heat. When the bottom of the tomato pancakes turns golden, flip them over to the other side. After frying, decorate the pancakes with parsley or chives. And there you have it. Delicious tomato pancakes are now ready to serve.